Happy Friday, everybody, and I am back with another Friday DBR Takeover, and in case if you've missed me these past few weeks, my name is Stuart Huggins, and I am the student intern here at the Wesley Center in Chattanooga, and I am also the Director of Youth Ministries at St. John United Methodist Church in Chattanooga, and I like to jump over here on Fridays and send you guys off on a safe and healthy weekend. So our DBRs for Friday, September 18th are Psalm 105, 1 through 6, 37 through 45, Exodus 16, 1 through 21, 2 Corinthians 13, 5 through 10, Psalm 105, 1 through 8, Nahum 2 through 13, or Corinthians 13, 5 through 10. Again, that's on the list. So, usually, if you guys have been keeping up my videos, I love to do Psalms. And last week, and usually I sometimes spiced it up with other books of the Bible, but today I'm going to, last week I did Exodus, and this week I'm going to do Exodus again. So I'm gonna kind of break my chain of doing Psalms most weeks, starting this week. So I'm going to go over 16, 1 through 21, and what I'm kind of going to do, my breakdown is going to be kind of the entire chapter of 16, right? It's a pretty decent sized chapter, and this is going to kind of give you a summary of it if you ever want to go read it yourself. So 16, 1 through 21. The whole Israelite community set out from Elim and gave to the desert of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after they come out of Egypt. In the desert, the whole community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. The Israelites said to them, "If only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. Then we sat around pots of meat and ate all the food we wanted, but you have brought us out into the desert to starve this entire assembly to death." Then the Lord said to Moses, "I will rain down bread from the heavens to you. The people are to go out each day and gather enough for that day. In this way I will test them and see whether they will follow my instructions. On the sixth day they are to prepare what they bring in, and this is to be twice as much as they gather on the other days." So Moses and Aaron said to the Israelites, "In the evening you will know that it was the Lord who brought you to Israel out of Egypt. And in the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, because he has heard you grumbling against him. Who are you that you should grumble against us?" Moses also said, "You will know that it was the Lord when he gives you the meat to eat in the morning and all the bread you want in the evening, the meat to eat in the evening and all the bread in the morning, because he has heard you grumbling against him. Who are you? You are not grumbling against us, but against the Lord." Then Moses told Aaron, "Say to the entire Israelite community, 'Come before the Lord, for he has heard your grumbling.'" While Aaron was speaking to the whole Israelite community, they looked toward the desert, and there was glory of the Lord appearing in the clouds. The Lord said to Moses, "I have heard the grumbling against the Israelites. Tell them, at twilight you will eat meat, and in the morning you will be filled with bread. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God." That evening quail came and covered the camp. In the morning there was layers of dew around the camp. When the dew was gone, thin flakes like frost covered the ground, appearing on the desert floor. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, "What is this?" For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, "It is the bread the Lord has given you to eat. This is what the Lord has commanded. Everyone is to gather as much as they can. Take an omer for each person you have in your tent." The Israelite did as they were told. So some gathered much, some little. And when they measured it by the omer, the Lord was gathered, much did they have too much, and the one who gathered little did not have too little. Everyone had gathered just as much as they needed. Then Moses said to them, "No one is going to keep any until the morning." However, some of them paid no attention to Moses. They kept part of it until morning, but it was full of maggots and began to smell. So Moses was angry with them. Each morning, everybody gathered as much as they needed. When the sun grew hot, it melted away. All right, so chapter 16, the Israelites took their journey through different wildernesses, right? The whole while, the entire congregation was murmuring and complaining and, just not having a good time and expressing this to Moses and Aaron about so many different things. Some people said that they'd rather had died in Egypt and remain in bondage than to be free and hungry and, like they said, in the desert where they were at the time. So God wasn't happy with their griping, but the Lord knew how to deal with it. He began to rain bread from the heavens, another miracle that he made, to see if they would take notice and obey God. Moses and Aaron told the people that their complaining is not against them as their leaders, but it's against God of Israel, their Lord. So God let the people know he'd heard the grumbling, and to prove to them, God gave them quails, enough to cover the entire camp. And in the morning they had all this quail meat, and in the evening they had all this quail meat, and in the morning they had manna bread throughout the day. They were instructed on the sixth day to take double the amount of manna to suffice the holy Sabbath day of rest. Some people still went on the Sabbath day to gather. So the manna is said to have looked like, just disgusting, disgusting maggots and stuff like that whenever it got rotten. But so this is what the children of Israel ate for 40 years while in the wilderness, manna bread, right? And this is kind of, God kind of just made the people realize, hey, you're no longer complaining against your leaders right now. And kind of just proved to him that he's going to provide for them if they just put some faith into him, right? Well, guys, that's a summary of chapter 16 right there, and I encourage you guys to go through and read the rest of it. And I also want to talk to you guys for a second about what we're doing tonight, which is our Netflix movie night. And if you want more info about that, if you're subscribed to our newsletter, we have the info in that. If not, shoot us a message through social media or our email address, and we'll be happy to give you the info for that. And I hope you guys have a safe weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.